Welcome to the next episode of Revolutionary Talk. It's episode 2 of the meditation series. We're going over breath work.
Let's go.
And this is all about clearing the mind, getting yourself ready. It's kind of the second step after putting together the time and space and surrendering to meditate. So, breath work sounds so...
Does it sound hard to you?
It just doesn't sound that important, but it really is.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
You know? Breathing is one of the ABCs of healthcare. I mean, breath, airway, circulation. Without breath, you don't have circulation because you have nothing to circulate. So breathing is the most essential part, I think, of anything we do, right?
80%, I believe, of breathing air is what provides our energy. I probably said that wrong.
Hey, that's...
No, I think that sounds about right because essentially...
80% of our energy comes from breathing the air.
Yeah.
That's what
It's crazy.
the fact is, yeah.
Which, I mean, it's so simple if you don't think about breathing, but as soon as you start like going through practices of yoga and all these other arts, you realize how terrible of breathers 90% of us really are.
Absolutely.
And I never realized it. And then, whenever I'm editing videos now, I love to hold my breath when I get stressed. And that's where I'll be like, let's maybe do a quick breath work. Let's just take a quick break, reconnect, and focus on our breathing while we edit now. So,
Yeah, I'll catch myself holding my breath also, and I'm like, oh, reminder to breathe. Like,
Yeah.
just
it's so
why
innate.
is that happening?
Yeah.
You start getting a headache. Like, oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
I need to catch up, get some oxygen in these lungs.
Yeah, or people, I'll notice that sometimes I'll just like feel like I don't have enough energy, and I'm like, well, what have I done today? Laid on the couch. Well,
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah.
I didn't lay on the couch, but working on the couch all day, if you're not exercising, getting your body moving, then that can be one of the things that you're feeling from it.
For sure.
Yeah. No, I mean, I always notice like one of the best feelings after working out of any kind is just breathing after. You feel like your lungs are expanded. You
Yeah.
have so much more energy. Even if you worked really hard, you have more energy after
Yeah.
just due to breathing. So
Yeah.
it's crazy. How can you utilize breath work though to clear the mind for meditation?
So personally, on especially my new moon, I got this from a new moon meditation. It was, and I love it and I use it. You actually take one hand and you place it on your heart and you do one on your stomach. And it's really just connecting with your body, but it essentially gives me 2 points of extra stimuli as I'm endlessly like, my mind's always going, but it gives me, so I'm already focusing on this. Then I'm bringing my breath through my hands. And then it's almost at the point that I get done with it, my hands are naturally falling to like the open meditative pose. But yeah, so you guys want to try it real quick, we'll give you a quick rundown. This is pretty cool. So we close your eyes, left hand goes on your heart, right hand goes on your belly. Either or, I don't think it really matters. I just think feminine's heart, masculine's power. So
Makes sense.
So then you close your eyes, then you inhale through your nose. And I like to go in and out through my nose. That's just something we learned from yoga, but technically, any way works for anybody, but just do about 3 really deep ones. And I already feel myself right now. Like I kind of want to chill out, but it
Feels
really
good.
just helps you reconnect with yourself, and then it's beautiful. I love it.
Can I throw an oil into
Loves
that?
it.
Yeah.
Let's try that.
So is this something that you kind of got me into essential oils with?
Yeah.
Remember when I
Yeah.
texted you one day about oils? What their whole purpose is and why they're so awesome? They simply remind us to breathe. Air doesn't smell
True.
good. I mean, it has no scent. It's kind of like water, but essential oils, when you smell them, like you're actively seeking that smell. So what does it do? It simply reminds you to
It's
breathe.
forcing you to
That's a good
breathe.
point.
Yeah, this is
I never thought of that.
Dude,
it goes
I'd hate to
perfect
tell
with
you
this
when I
practice.
figured that out. I'll tell you after this episode, but it was a funny time.
Yeah.
Shout out lavender.
Yeah.
Shut up. Yeah.
So then how can somebody use these oils essentially? You like that, essential oils essentially? How can you essentially use these oils to help with breath work from, another angle?
Well, aside from what you're doing right there, I mean, simply like whatever benefit of the oil that particular essential oil is offering. So with lavender, it's very calming, very relaxing, and this has actually been proven through scientific research with EEGs and having that brain scan done where you're actually breathing this in. You might feel it right now as we're talking. It's like, okay, I'm relaxed,
I
right?
feel very relaxed.
So just breathing in, inhaling the essential oil from our hands like we just did is a great way to intake the benefit of it. And like you were saying with helping to promote and support breathing. So really, whatever intention that you have set behind your meditation, behind the application of the essential oil, that's how that can be used as a tool in your practice.
I think another method, we used to do this in healthcare. It vaguely relates to this. So if we'd have a little stinky patient, we'd put peppermint oil under our nose and then wear a mask and it would cover the smell. Something that I've dabbled with in meditation is, say I'll use lavender or eucalyptus and I'll put it on my upper lip because early on it was very difficult to just simply remind myself to breathe. And just breathing through, like Sue says, through the rings of your nose, in and out. Like it's cool on the way in, warm on the way out. But having that essential oil there is incredible to help keep your mind focused on it. And the more you focus on the breathing aspect, the less thoughts you have racing in.
Yeah.
And I think that's a huge part of like breathing during meditation because, I don't know, I feel like whenever I meditate, whenever I lose my connection of that sweet spot I'll hit, it's because my breathing goes off and I get shorter and I'm not exhaling as much.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And there's some oils too that contain a higher amount of sesquiterpenes. Scientists.
Yeah.
Right. Science. Going into that and how sesquiterpenes can break through the blood-brain barrier and help to oxygenate the brain. So like frankincense, myrrh, sandalwood, just to name a couple oils that have a high amount of sesquiterpenes in them. And those, interestingly enough, I guess, coincidentally, no, not really, it's how they're created. Those have higher frequencies to the oils, and so those actually can help to support the meditation, that aspect of our wellness.
Very nice.
So when you're setting the stage for your meditation session, would it be more beneficial to have a consistent smell so that your mind like knows it's meditation time when listening to that, or does it depend on the day?
Interesting. So
Yeah,
got your wheels turning. But
yeah.
so when you said consistent smell, that reminded me back in like middle school when the teachers would give us mints to suck
Right.
on while we were studying for big like state exams and stuff. Because they said, and I remember them saying this, that you guys, if you're eating this peppermint now and we give you a peppermint later, studies have been showing that you can retain information better. Like you're more easily able to remember it. So for me, like, you know, we all have that space that I think feels like home. And so I guess the aroma of it would be a part of it. And so having, a consistent smell, I would say that does help.
I can see
No?
I'm
Depends
hit and
on
admit,
what
like
it
you
is.
just brought a ton of awareness. I was like, I don't know if I've ever thought of this. I typically burn sage before I meditate because it helps me just chill. Something about sage is
Yeah.
just magical. But I like the idea of changing the oils because some days eucalyptus, if I'm clogged up, really clears out my sinuses.
Yeah.
Then there's days like lavender just sits me down and I
Yeah.
can just relax. And then cedarwood is another one that it's like the ADHD medicine of essential oils. So I mean, my days are so all over the place that I think it's almost like, let's adapt and see, okay, I got a ton of energy today, let's bring it down. Or, all right, I'm a little stuffy, let's loosen,
But that is actually, in a way, staying consistent because you're recognizing those essential oils that do help you in those specific things. So you're staying consistent as to that,
Yeah.
which I
So-
can totally relate with.
So either way, you're seeking that balance point.
Mhm.
So it depends on the day to adjust and find that middle ground, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree.
It's interesting. Awesome. So any other final tips for breath work that we can think of?
Big thing is just find your method for breathing that works best for you, I think. Studies show that nose breathing is better than mouth breathing, and it also increases more, focus and decreases stress, and also can be detoxing. So if I had to put in my suggestion, I would say go through the nose, but whatever works best for you, I think is the best method to get started, and then you'll find, through your journey, what way works best.
Yeah. Your nose is a great filtering system
Yeah.
for your body, so
Well designed.
well designed. use
Yeah.
it as much as you can. But yeah, I mean, mouth breathing it can be helpful in certain things, like definitely yoga.
For sure.
I can't breathe through my nose, like, yeah, when you're working out very hard. So
Yeah.
Don't stress if you're a nose breather or a mouth breather.
Yeah.
Either way, just breathe. So that'll wrap up episode 2 in this meditation series. Thanks so much for listening. Next episode is body scanning. So tune in for the 3rd episode in the meditation series. Thanks for watching.
thanks.